Let's wait for another 1 or 2 minutes, team, and then we'll start. By the way, before going there, it's it's too dark. Okay, by the way, before going to start the session, just wanted to understand how is it going with the test? Has it made little easy? Am I audible?
Audible, sure, audible.
If it is still difficult, although I have passed, but yes, there are some questions which are confusing.
See, there is no confusion, in fact. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, there are few questions I have to understand. Something like, let's say, please select the right option. Okay, just see which are the options right, and then accordingly you select. So just select the spellings also. Something like in the first option, if you see, this looks correct. Okay, but it's incorrect. So you know why it is incorrect. I'm not going to discuss the answers, but I'm going to kind of give a hint. Then if you see, again, select the wrong operator. So here, first you need to understand what if the question would have been, select the right operator. That means immediately you'll go and select that particular right operator. You just need to reverse. Okay. Now the ask is select the wrong operator. And that's what I'm selling. Okay. What if the question is select the right operators? I would have selected this. What if the question is select the wrong operators? I'll be selecting these ones. So think in that point of view. So the question is to select the right operator or wrong operator, think opposite to that. If the question is select the wrong operator, think that which are the right operator and you don't select it. That's as simple. And select only the wrong operator. And about the all of them or none of them, I made it little tricky.
Will it also include, none of them and all of them? So we have to
That is
check that as
intentional.
well.
That is where the intentional is. So definitely all of them, none of them. Again, you see, please select the right option. When I say please select the right option, just go ahead and select only the right option. It's not necessary that, okay, wherever you see the circles, wherever you see there's only one answer is correct, you select only one of them. Okay, let's say in this option, if there is one option which is correct, then all of them and none of them doesn't stand valid. It becomes invalid. You don't really have to select that. That's enough. Where the answers are one, where you can select only one option, where you have only the circles over here. Here is the one where you can select the multiple ones. Now in multiple ones, you have the right options, you have the wrong options, the combination of a right and wrong option. And when you select, let's say here it is saying select the wrong option. I select all the wrong options. But there is one of the option which is correct in that. Then in that case, none of them is also becomes wrong because one of them is correct. All of them also becomes wrong because one of them is correct. Clear?
Sure.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Okay. So let's say now if I'm asking select the wrong option, just select the wrong option. And now let's say there is one option which is actually correct. Then none of them also becomes wrong, as none of them has become wrong because one of them options are correct. At the same time, all of them also will become wrong because one of them options are correct. Cool?
So, Shiv, is there a way where, all of them are wrong? Let's say in the same example. So we select all the wrong options plus all of them.
Yeah, you need to
All of
select
them.
it. Yeah.
All of them. All the options are wrong. Select all the wrong options and select all of them. All of them again becomes right.
No, all of them will not become right because there is other an option which is none of them.
Which is none of them. So in that case, it stays null and void.
Okay, this is where, I think most of us are getting into confused because
Reason
in
I
case if there
recorrected
is,
the test. That's the reason I made it little straight and I recorrected the test. Now you won't see those kind of option which was there in the previous test. In this test, that options are not there. I've made it really straight
is this the
and
new link, Shiv, or the same test
all the
has
links
been
are
changed?
same. All the links are same. The link will get updated
Acha, acha.
automatically.
Okay, okay.
All the links
Shiv,
are same. Don't worry about the
for
new link or
example, in the question we are seeing on the screen, if all of them are wrong, then all of them will be a wrong answer option, or
okay.
I
Now
mean,
let's say
if all the operators are wrong,
this option is no more there. What
it is
option you're
there.
talking now? It was there in the earlier case, but now it is no more there. I still mention one or the other option which is correct. So that you have the meaning for all of them or none of them. So that was there in the
Okay.
previous one, but now it is no more there.
Shiv,
So have that
yeah.
ITPJ.
In the new test link, can we get the score at least, not the right and wrong
No,
answer?
score I won't be able to give. If I give you the
Uh,
score, then you will only focus on right answer.
No,
You
no,
will not focus on which went
don't give
wrong.
the wrong. Don't tell us which is wrong and which is right.
No,
Just ask score.
if I make it release the score, then it will also show you the right and wrong answers.
No, no, don't release it. Just here in this class.
In the Excel, if you show,
In this class itself, just if we can get the score.
so where we are
Got
lagging,
it.
like 70% or
You
80%.
know, maybe there
Almost
is
everyone is close by, but doing some silly mistakes is what I can say.
If
Shiv,
for this
please,
particular question, none of them shouldn't be an answer, right? Because the in
Okay.
URL title is correct. Should
I'm not going to say answer, but you make other senses out.
no, when
Please
all of
select
them
the
are,
wrong option.
when all of them is right, none of them is not going to be
Okay, listen.
checked.
Now here in this question, I'm saying please select the wrong option. Is the first one correct?
No.
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 Okay. Now, when there are few of the options are incorrect, okay, then none of them. So here few of the options are incorrect and one of the options are correct. Okay. So what will happen? None of them will become correct or wrong.
It will be
Wrong.
correct.
Huh?
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Because one of them is correct. Similarly, all of them will become correct or wrong.
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 Wrong. Because one of them is correct.
Which means both has to be corrected.
Simple.
Yeah.
Shiv, question like there are some search strings that you gave, right?
Hmm.
Google and all of that. So
Hmm.
sometimes there are like syntax is correct and it is running. So like there are few minor things like giving space, not giving space, but still you get the search results. So in that case, should we go for the most optimized string, or we just see which is running and
Focus
then
on syntax. Focus on syntactically is it correct or not. See, you have a two types of result. One result which is desired, the other result which is assumption. So though the wrong string is giving you the results, that is with the assumption. It is not giving the results with the desired as per the desired key strings. I'm getting the results with the assumptions. So
okay.
you'll have to focus on the core concept of the Boolean operators, whether it has given correctly or not. If it is not given correctly, it's incorrect.
Okay.
If it is not matching thumb rule, it's incorrect. If it is not given correctly, appropriately, the way it has to be used accurately, it is incorrect. Something like for or. For or, we need that opening and closing bracket. Somewhere I started the bracket, somewhere I missed the bracket. Somewhere I completely missed the bracket. That means those are not correct. Those may give me the answers,
Like,
but that answers will come with the
got it.
assumptions.
Like, for example, I'm asking you in cases where the space is incorrect. Like, in for example, if you are using in URL, obviously it is understood that we shouldn't be putting space. But in a search string, there are cases where, there is no space in between two words, right? Now, in your notes also, you mentioned may or may not require space in a
May or
search.
may not be. In notes, it is very clear.
Ah,
Depends on the use case. It was only when I'm using in URL or site, I shouldn't be using any space.
but other cases, it's okay.
But other cases, it's may or may not be. That's
Okay.
again pretty much covered in the notes, pretty much covered in the thumb rules. Do I need a space before and after, or may not be?
So in that case, there are like few questions covering that area, right? Now, if I, give the space, not give the space, the search, like you get a broader search if I'm giving the space. If I'm not giving the space, the search is much more narrower, right? Now, which is the
Again,
correct? Yeah.
again, stick to the thumb rules, stick to the notes. Do I need a space before and after, or if I'm using a normal keywords, maybe or may not be, depends on the use case. Okay. Do I need a space while I'm using in URL or site? Strictly no, because there is no website or there is no web link with the URL, with a space in the URL. So it's a strictly no. But when I'm using with the in title or anything, titles can have a space. But after using in title, in combination of or, do I need a space? Maybe or may not be. So somewhere I gave space, somewhere I remove space. All those combinations,
So both
permutations
are
are given.
correct, right, Shiv, in that case?
I'll not say answer. I'll not say answer. Okay. But when I'm going back to the thumb rule, what does it say? Do I need a space
Because
before and
your
after
notes
or?
also is saying may or may not be, right? That's where I'm getting confused. Because
May or
you
may
are
not
also
be.
very, huh.
See, whatever is written there in the notes, it's translated here in the question. It's translated here in the options. That's simple it is.
But when we are
Okay.
choosing the answers, it cannot be may or may not be, right, Shiv?
No,
So
it
that
can be may or may not. We have given some options like that, which is translating the notes into the questions and answers. Whatever we have covered in the notes, whatever we have covered in the thumb rule, it has been translated to the test like that.
cool. When are you planning to cover the answers, Shiv?
Answers I'm not going to cover anytime soon.
No, not
Let
now, but
everyone be
like,
certified first.
okay.
Okay. Now, if you see again here, please select the right option. That is pretty much straight. You know which is right. And wherever you see the round, you have a one right answer. And wherever you see the box, you have a multiple right answer or wrong answers. So please select the wrong options. Here also pretty much you can see which one is wrong. And let's say there are few options which are wrong and there are one or two options which are correct. Then what will happen to none of them? Will it be wrong option or will it be right option?
Wrong option. Will be wrong.
Why?
There is a
One
right.
is still correct.
Huh?
There is a right
One
answer.
of them is correct.
There is a
Because one of
right.
them is correct. Similarly, all of them will be becoming right or wrong
It is going to be wrong. Because there is a one right.
because there's one option which is correct. So both stands null and void. That becomes wrong by default by themselves. And again, please select the right operator accepted by LinkedIn. That's pretty much straightforward. Please select the operator which are not accepted by LinkedIn. Pretty much straightforward. Please select the wrong operator. So now let's say in the list of operators over here, options over here with a combination of operators and the keyword. What if I ask you, please select the right option? It is pretty much straightforward. You'll go and select that one right option. But I'm asking you select the wrong option. Other than that, you select all. Okay, now let's say one of them is right and rest of them are wrong. Then none of them will stand right or wrong
Wrong.
because one of them is correct. Similarly, all of them will stay right or wrong.
Wrong.
That also will become wrong. Similarly here. So it's not too difficult. It's easy in fact, but you have to think little different. It's not too difficult. It's easy. It's the easiest one like a sample paper. But you just have to think little different. And that's where I gave that little confusing options. Wherever we see circle, we have one right answer. Wherever we see boxes, we have multiple right answers.
Shiv, just scroll up, Shiv. I have a bit of question there. If you go little up, yeah, here in the for a Google search, which one is right? So in your resume, it's mentioned twice. Syntactically, it is correct, but is that required to use it twice for no reason?
Syntactically, simple. This is for confusing you. I'm not focused on in URL part. My focus is on something else. This is to confuse you.
Your
Okay,
focus
but
is on English
syntactically
right
you
now.
follow whether it is correct or wrong.
Okay.
Where I'm very specific about for Google, which search is right. There is a specification.
Okay, this was the question I was going wrong because the resume, in your resume was mentioned twice.
That in all the options mentioned twice.
That's what, which is not required, syntactically, even though it's right, but mentioning it twice, will that be wrong or?
It won't impact, no? If you would
It
have
won't
think.
impact. It
See,
won't
in the
impact.
URL resume, you would have written a CV. Forget about CV. You're taking a 2 times CV resume. That's all.
Exactly. Some other word I would have written.
Okay, got it.
Instead of writing in URL resume, let's say here, like here I written CV and here I written resume. So here in URL, I would have written CV or in URL resume. So something else I would have written. Writing same word also is not a problem.
Got it.
Okay. So it's still like a sample one, but there are few pointers which you really need to focus. So think in that point of view and understand.
And this question, SAP consultant, this was also, I was a bit confused.
Why confusion?
Shiv, I am
Which one
also
is wrong?
confused here.
Why confusion?
See, for
Can
I
can I
understand
tell
for
which one is
one
wrong?
word, the star is no longer valid, right, Shiv?
Yeah.
But
See,
when you just put test star
specification
in
is for
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
See, this
yeah,
is for LinkedIn.
I
If
pretty
you
much
need-
cleared in the test. Our sessions for LinkedIn. Specification is for LinkedIn.
okay.
Yeah, sure. Actually, in this, I mean, I understood star. Yeah, I mean, it's valid or not in LinkedIn. You are not willing to reveal. So I know it's valid or not in the LinkedIn, but all of them, none of them, I am confused actually here again. I got confused.
I'm not going to
you
say
can
the
do
answer.
one,
You
no?
you follow your step.
Okay,
Only
okay,
one
sure.
is right in that. Wherever the circle is there, only one is right. Wherever the box is there, there are multiple options. That's simple. I'm not going to say the answer. The specification is I'm very specific. Which one is wrong while performing a search on LinkedIn? And we covered pretty much
Was
the
was
related.
it earlier checkboxes? I mean, in my when I was taking it was checkbox. I took the screenshot.
No, now it is not. I've made some corrections.
Okay, fine
Not
then.
correction, basically I made it little easy. How does it make difference? Even if it is a checkbox or even if it is a circle, the answer is right. Only one option is right in that.
So also, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not going to share answers. You think I already made you clear very well before the relation of asterisk or star with LinkedIn. Based on that, you answer.
Yeah, sure. And this is also what InURL do, no? That like InURL can do something, but confused with what you are expecting. I mean, intended to do InURL, I know actually what is intended to do. But with the InURL, you can do other things also, which is some of the option here actually. Oh, now this also radio button. Okay, it was a checkbox earlier. Okay. Now I think it will be easy. Got it. I took yesterday around
Also, circle also.
1:30
Okay.
Even if
a.m.
it is checkbox, how does it
Both
make
are
a
there.
difference?
Okay.
No, if it is checkbox you, I may select multiple things, I may miss something, and it's
Correct.
confusing.
See, there are 2 questions. You go through that one. Okay. In URL, there are 2 questions.
Yeah.
There are two
One
questions.
he added
One is checkbox,
that.
one is circle. Okay.
There are 2 questions of in URL. So
Yeah, both of
go
them are
through that.
circle only.
Huh?
Both of them are circle, and one part you added like, yeah, I mean I got it actually, but thing is like when it was checkbox, I was confused. Now I think it should be fine. But for example, InURL can do some of the option here, but it is not intended to do that way. So I am confused whether I should consider that or not that way
Any
actually.
thumb rules, that's it. What
Okay,
are the
okay.
thumb rules for InURL? What
So,
does
okay.
InURL do?
Okay, okay. Actual purpose of that you are expecting, right? What it
What is the
can do is
actual purpose of URL?
okay, okay, got it, got it.
Is it helping me to restrict the results to a specific website? Is it helping me to restrict the searches to specific web URLs?
Sure.
Both
Can I
first and
talk?
second are correct.
No,
No,
can
first, second, third options are wrong.
Sure, sure.
All of the
Can I talk something? One point, can I my knowledge? Can I? No, okay,
shouldn't
okay.
be answer.
Okay,
Keep it to
okay.
you.
Not answering, confused actually. It can do something, but it's not intended to do that actually. That way, I should neglect that what it can do.
What does the notes cover? Go to the
Okay, okay.
notes and see what is the job of InURL, what is the job of site.
Okay, sure.
There's a simple difference of InURL and site. And that
Got it
simple
now.
minor difference I'm trying to catch here.
Okay, okay.
I'm
Very
trying to
clear.
see if you can catch that minor difference over here.
But Shiv, if you really seen this example, what does an operator in URL do? You know, there are I know I am trying not to reveal the answer very concerned on that portion, but I'm just trying to ask you a question here. In this question, more than everybody knows, it's a straightforward answer what URL do. I mean in
Then
URL
go for
do,
straightforward answer.
yeah, what in URL do, but we the answer is not that one.
See, that's what I'm saying. Whichever you feel straightforward, go for straightforward. What's the job of InURL?
Yeah, no, in basically URL, it looks for a specific keyword in that URL, whatever the in URL we search. I mean, whatever the keywords that we do give, that will go and search in that URL, any URLs. But in this question, even though that everybody knows that what you in URL do, but that is not the right answer.
See, whatever I'm telling, stick to the notes, stick to the thumb rules, stick to for what actually that operator are meant for. Think simple, think logic.
Okay, if I if I want to tell you 1 2 3 fourth option and last but third, okay, now if you see, probably you'll understand what I'm trying to say.
I understood what you're trying to say, but I will still say no, your thought process is wrong. I understood what you're trying to say, what you're trying to think. How are you thinking? I got that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I had same
I'm
doubt. Now
giving the
Shiv
answer
cleared
that
actually.
what you're thinking is wrong.
I had same doubt, but Shiv cleared it that stick to the what it's meant for. So I'll go with that.
Stick to what is it meant for.
But logic, no, it's correct. We have to stick to the basic, but in the question,
Okay,
the
let me keep it in this way. Let me keep it in this way. Okay. What does the farmer do? Farming?
Yeah.
Farmer is meant for farming.
Yeah.
Now, while doing farmer does 10 other jobs. He tame buffaloes, he tame dogs, then he clean the farm, then he put a pesticides across the farm, then he might have various farms, a rice farm, a coconut farm, a chiku farm, all those are there. But what is farmer is doing? Farmer is farming chikus, correct? Farmer is farming rice, correct? Farmer is harvesting, correct? Farmer is farming coconuts, correct? Farmer is harvesting coconuts, correct? But what exactly farmer is doing on a base? He is doing farming. In farming, he must be doing 10 different things. He must be doing 10 or 100 different things. But what exactly farmer is doing is farming. What exactly an URL is doing, stick to that. That's simple. Might be rest of the options looks correct. But what I'm meaning to say,
I got your point, you. But if that's the case, then either fourth option would have been removed from the options, or the last option might have been removed, just to keep everybody on the same page.
I'm saying again, I'm repeating, wherever there is a circle, there is only one right answer. And that is
So if
straightforward.
you see
In
the
this
last
question,
option, there are
multiple
multiple
options we
right
can select.
answers.
No, Shiv. Shiv, in this question, we can select multiple. It is not given as a checkbox.
No, it is one single.
But
Only one answer you can
there
select.
is an option with there are multiple right answers.
Yeah,
There are multiple right answer that is there to confuse you. But what I'm saying, stick to the what exactly farmer will do. Okay, when I say there are multiple right answers, farmer is farming, farmer is what we say harvesting, farmer is farming the rice or anything like that. Multiple things farmer is doing, but what exactly on a baseline farmer is doing?
Okay.
What exactly on a baseline farmer is doing? Okay, if I have a checkbox, then maybe I'll be selecting a multiple options. But when I don't have a checkbox, then I need to select one straightforward, which is to the point, bullseye.
Got it.
It
Otherwise,
was checkbox. It was checkbox, right? It was checkbox actually. When I was
earlier it was
checking.
checkbox. To make it
Okay.
little easy, I made it like that. If you want
Okay.
checkbox, I can go back, make it checkbox. And
No,
again,
no.
use keep switching.
No,
If
no.
you want that, I can do that.
No, sure.
Huh?
No, no, no.
Okay, so something similar like this, all that thing covered. So now it is, as I mentioned, now it is not that tough. It is too easy now. The complexity has been dropped by 50% now, but still it is little complex.
Steve, I have one doubt on this in URL colon me dot star in the question, and you give 3 options there, checkbox.
This one.
That's the one. Yeah. Just scroll down.
This one.
Not this, not this. In
Yeah, this is the
URL,
one.
Raghu, you should be knowing the answer. You are the one who got this question while we are in the session.
correct. But no. The in URL I was capital. I asked you personally in that thing. Now I think, is it in capital now or small now? It was capital. I asked you personally in the WhatsApp. In URL I was capital. So I asked you, is it typo
It's
or
not
is...
typo. It's not typo.
Okay. Okay. Fine then.
Okay. So there is nothing typo. I've thought 100 times before creating a question. There is nothing typo. I myself took a questions. The previous test also I myself took first. And when I scored, then only I rolled out. Until and unless I won't score 100%, I won't roll out. First, I create a test paper. First, I test myself. I'll see if the options are correct, coming right or not. Then only I'll roll out. There was only one time happened where I just made it little fast. That time I couldn't test it. But otherwise, pretty much everything is tested. No typo, no nothing. Don't keep on checking your spam box whether my certificate has gone to spam. Even your certificate will not go to spam. If you clear, it will come to your inbox.
Sure. One final question. So there, I mean, no need to go to that question actually. There was a question with select the right option. Okay, you gave 4 check boxes. So for me, everything was looking right only, even though there was all of them. In such cases, should I select all 3 and all of them, or only all of them? Because
Now it is not there. Now it is not there. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Shiv,
As I
in this version
mentioned,
of the test, I gave an attempt. Please tell me my score.
scores, I won't say. Why should I tell you scores? If you clear beyond
No, don't
80%, you will
reveal
get
the
it.
answers, Shiv. Don't
No,
reveal the
I
answers.
think they want to know whether they are near to 80% or not. So they are not asking to reveal the answer.
Yes, Shiv, yes.
Is that the same thing?
Exactly. Not the answer, just the score.
Okay, here it is. Take a look.
You please mine also. Yesterday around 1:30 I took. 1:30 a.m.
You go slow, Shiv.
Mine is positive. Please show me again. 1:30 a.m. Just come down. Yeah, somewhere here. 1:30 RGHG 3140. Okay.
So 50% almost everyone, but maybe based on the attempts 50 to 60, 60 to 70, it's going.
If Mukesh is right, can you tell me one thing? If you can,
Your
repeat
voice is very
the.
low, Mukesh.
Hello, hello. Are you getting me now? Hello.
It's too low. For rest others, is it fine or
No,
it's
it's
low?
low.
It's low only.
It's too low, Mukesh.
Shiv, Ravi here.
Mm-hmm.
Shiv,
See
for
here, when I say
site,
I've tested by myself, and rolled out.
So we should get 32, I think, right? To 80%.
Minimum, I think 32.
Yeah, I missed by one question.
Go to the 27th one, 827.
This is 24. This is sample one. After that, it is all this one. You see, it was sample one, and after that, even though that was a difficult, first I cleared the test, and after that, I rolled out to you. And that too with 100%. Juice, you're very near.
Whatever I've scored. Uma.
Cinderella, Hanu, Suma or Uma?
Uma.
You can see here, I'm showing the entire screen. How many times you took?
One.
One time, I don't think so. It will be less than
827.
50%.
I took it last evening, 827.
Mhm.
It's there, Shiv, in 827. You're just scrolling fast.
Where is it last evening? 8:42, 8:41.
No, no. Date 827.
At what time?
I think your morning around 8 or 9, 9, 10.
Morning 9.
Shiv, you can make Control F and search by email ID.
Tell me.
UMA.
Mm-hmm.
ANNA. There. Okay. I see it.
Yeah, that's 25. So yeah, give it a try. Again, I made it a little easy now. So
The link is same only.
Link is same.
Okay.
So no
I
scoring
have
which
written
answers
the
were right
chat.
or which answers were wrong. Okay, so let's go to our session on Google CSE. So how many of us tried Google CSE?
Myself tried.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Let me just make it. Yeah, you can share it.
Able to see?
Yeah,
Wait for a,
awesome.
I don't know how much it's correct and wrong, but I tried for my Rex only.
Once you go to backend, just go to backend. Not here, in CSE backend. So this initially you'll get ads, that is Google feature that you can ignore. Scroll down
Go from here.
here. So let me see the refinements. Click on technical manager. So search with sites with this refinement. No, you have to change the priority.
Okay. I think
Yes.
I tried for others. I tried. That's why I got confused there.
Okay, now here, opening quotation of development is incorrect. That format is not supported by,
Okay.
that is a Word document format. That's the reason the focus is so much. Now, if you see engineering, open quotation is also incorrect.
I
Closing
copied from
quotation is,
Google Sheets. I
huh?
copied from Google
That is
Sheet.
incorrect.
Understood.
You edit it and correct, delete and re-enter now. You see, there's a difference.
Understood. Understood. That's what I copied from there. No? That's what it would have taken.
Copy and all will there. Okay, but if I have to tell you, this is where the minor misses are. This is where the minor mistakes are. That the way we wanted to optimize our own job portal won't work because these are all the options which are incorrect.
Understood. I think I need to change for everything then.
You need to change for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chip, I have one question, Niti here. Uh,
Mhm.
this is the first class for Google CSE or it's already been
It's
discussed
a second
before?
class. Yesterday was the first one.
Okay.
Shiv, I missed yesterday class. Hope the
I
video
also
can be
have.
shared.
I'll upload the recordings and send you.
Would be great. Yeah, thanks.
Shiv, Ravi here.
Mhm.
So for site, the thumb rule is mentioned in the weekend document. Thumb rule for site, like dot should not be there at the end and all. Is it there in the sheet? Because I couldn't find it over there. I think it
Where
was
you
stored
couldn't find?
in the weekend sheet. In the weekend document, it is just one line is mentioned regarding site, like
Mm.
it's used for specific websites, and one example is there. But the thumb
Mm.
rule for site, is it something? I think it was taught in the class, but was it mentioned in the document because I couldn't find it.
See, again, if you're not focused in the class, that's where you'll miss it. Sometimes you're covering on the thumb rules, sometimes you'll miss it. But always, I've repeatedly told hundred of times that this is how it is. But if you would have missed that thing, if there was no focus, then I'm really helpless.
I need
Here
to change.
also for networking also have to change the priority. No, for
Correct.
other one also go to next one.
Automation and this one,
For
networking.
automation testing, change the priority. It search with the site within the sites.
Understood. Understood.
It's not correct. You have
Okay.
to change the priority. Go for automation testing and check for the advanced.
That's what. Maybe this would have been wrong.
Let's see.
This is correct.
This is correct. But rather just try to give more combination of or and just try giving search engine more options to search. Because
Okay.
not every candidate mentions each and every keyword in the LinkedIn profile.
Understood. Understood.
Okay, whatever the keywords you have given here,
Mhm.
copy all those keywords in one text document
Okay.
or notepad for every search engine. What are
Okay.
the keywords you have given? What are the refinements for every refinement? What are the keywords you have given for testing, for that one, this one, and all? Copy
Mhm.
all those keywords in one
One,
notepad.
one second. One second.
Open a notepad. Notepad. Hey, what was that news on Saturn? Yeah, when is it gonna be visible? Just go once there.
Where should?
Here in the search, you click once. Yes, Saturn at opposite. It's gonna be visible today. But at what time? From morning I'm seeing it's gonna be visible tonight. 26 will be Saturn, which is opposition. Here is what you need to scroll down.
So today it is going to be.
Today it's too cloudy actually. Even I just saw sun was sorry, moon was visible, but it was too cloudy. But it's gonna be visible. I'm gonna watch it whole night. It happens in some thousands of years at once. See there, it might be visible like that.
This
4
4
a.m. Will reach opposite at 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
EST.
Okay, can you convert that 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time to IST? Yeah, I also use the same.
Easy. Going to 1:30. Like
Around 1:30. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's
it says
wait.
PM. It says
Huh?
PM. PM.
PM. Okay, 4 a.m. is our PM. That means the time is gone, but in daytime
Yeah,
it won't be visible.
correct.
But is it 27th August over
Correct.
there?
It is the 27th. See, you can see 27th
Okay.
Sunday. For us, it would have been already passed in the afternoon.
It happened in the
We are
daytime of
ahead of
India.
them, yeah.
But let's see. Let's hope for the best. It's already gone, but I've kept on watching whole day. It wasn't visible because it has to be a dark, something like moon. We can't be able to see the moon in the daytime. So it was like after the sunsets. Just go back to the news once. Vaccine coupons. Let's see. Okay, you can come back to the topic. Okay, now copy all those keywords and mention in one notepad.
Together, continuation.
You can give in continuation. You can give. Okay, remove. So give every keyword in a combination of or. So the next would be our nested searches. The power with of nested searches with Google CSE is going to create magics for us. And I would suggest you create one CSE for one skill and one site. Let's say for backend engineer, I'm creating. Then for one particular skill, I'm creating one. Oh, this is LinkedIn only for the backend engineer, or GitHub only for the backend engineer. Then front end engineer.
Okay.
One search, what we say this thing, one search engine only for the front end. So make it specialized search engines for backend one, for front end one, for SDET one, for testing one, for DevOps one, for engineering manager one. It will work in much better way. You'll be able to see some of the magics. Now copy all this.
I should take a new one.
Cancel this. Scroll down. Okay, go to query enhancement here. Here you give all those keywords.
Keyword only, no?
Remove everything and all those you give. Okay, now go to front end. Refresh. Don't search for software engineer, just search for the location. Just give Bangalore. Now go for backend.
No, search is still software engineer only. It's not changed.
Because backend engineers are basically a software engineers. Now go for front end. Sorry,
No,
premium.
search query is software engineer. Is that fine?
That is fine. It's again the backend, it is there.
No,
Okay, now you have
you
all
asked to
UI
search for
guys.
Bangalore, Shiv. So above, just above in the search bar.
This
is still
This one is saying.
Yeah, this has to be Bangalore, right? You told. I mean, just for a
search for
second.
Bangalore. So what are the refinements you added in a backend one? You got all those ones with all the Hibernate, Spring Boot, all those things.
And I got React.js.
Okay, again, UI is giving all React, TypeScript, all those. Whatever you enter in a refinements for UI, you are getting all those.
But it will come in a different box only, I think. As I created these things, refinement, it is coming in.
Different. Yeah, it's coming in the different thing. Here it is focusing on IITs and bits and all.
Correct.
Here it is focusing on all Linux, router,
For-
C++.
For him, labeling looks correct, no Shiv. It's making all the points like DevOps, backend for some.
Labeling you ignore. Labeling
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
focus. It sometimes confuses. So once you start using it, maybe over a period of time, it will learn from your behavior, user behavior. Then after that, it will start giving you the more accurate result. But for now, to start with, labeling, you ignore. Automation testing, you have software test, routing, switching, automation, all those keywords which you entered in a backend. And SDM, software development manager, lead engineer, engineering manager, all those keywords which you entered in a backend with the combination of whatever the keywords we gave in a refinements, not just come to the backend. All these keywords, it's giving with the combination of all these keywords with the particular titles what you have given.
Understood.
Cool. It's working good.
It's good. That's what.
It's a mini job portal basically. So
Yeah.
now what you need to do, create one only for a backend engineer.
Okay.
With 20 different filter, maybe open for new opportunities, with email IDs, with phone numbers, with skills, with premium institute plus skills, or premium institute plus email IDs, premium institute plus phone number, premium institute plus open to network, all those things. So now you play around. And now this is where you'll actually see how much ever the efforts you have kept in last 4 weeks for practicing on each and every single operator, how well they will give you back when you put them into the combination with Google Custom CSE, where you can actually create your own mini job portal for every given skill. And you can absolutely search for profile for free of cost.
Understood.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool, Srikant.
Thanks.
Works fine. So how are the results as per your experience? You have been working on these roles. Are you satisfied with the kind of a profiles that you're getting?
Couple of, especially when it comes to a few requirements where we very niche area, and I work for a Pune location. Pune is
Mhm.
up for a fintech, no? We will not get too many combinations there. Otherwise, it's good because I have both. I have a LinkedIn Premium Access also, Recruiter Access I
Hmm.
have, and Naukri also I have. So Insta
Hmm.
also is there. So for me, like it's comfortable. I wanted to go to little depth. That's what I wanted to join this class. Let me
Hmm.
play around.
But what I'm asking is based on your experience, based on your requirement, are the profiles decent enough or not?
Yeah, decent enough. Decent enough.
Okay. And again, you can always keep on refining it, keep on fine-tuning it. It's
Understood.
not, it's just the start actually. Okay, but there's a lot. The more you build, I've created close to 150, 200 custom CSAs for
Yeah,
variety of use cases. Variety of use cases. Sometimes I build for language, sometimes I build for various countries or anything, variety of use cases. Any
correct.
use case, anything that you're trying to solve, if you're stuck somewhere, come come to the Google CSE, use a variety of refinements and all those things.
May,
Diversity also you
one
can
more.
add it.
See, when I observed yesterday your Excel, you kept all the colleges' names, companies' names. That sheet also would have help us because otherwise we need to sit and write every college's name. No, we need to get to
We need to
remember.
create, yeah.
That's what if
Then
you have.
where will you take a use of Chat GPT? Go use Chat GPT the way it is supposed to be used.
That's what we are not gone
Okay,
till
now
that.
for these kind of things, come up with a list of engineering colleges in India, come up with the top premium institutes in India. Chat GPT is pretty much. You don't really have to sit and one by one do it. Ask Chat GPT and tell, okay, fine. Now put it, now create an Excel out of it. It will create Excel out of it, take it. For
Okay,
that kind of a work, you use ChatGPT or BART or any AI tools. But how exactly AIs are working in the behind the scenes, this will help you. How exactly you are going to teach your AI. Let's say, so let's suppose tomorrow is custom CSC, you wanted to integrate with an AI. So whatever you're going to teach it, that only AI is going to learn. AI is still a baby. And again, it will only learn based on what you are teaching to your baby. It will not use its own brain. So to teach it to baby, you have to have a proper understanding of how exactly all these things works.
got it. Got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
So if you leave everything up to the AI, if you start depending on the AI, that's the biggest disaster, I would say.
Understood.
All right. Anyone else who tried? Yeah, Mukesh, you can share your screen. It was a good one, Srikant.
Thanks, Shiv.
You can see your Slack, Mukesh, but not the CSC one.
Are you able to see here?
We can see your Slack, not other screens.
One second.
You'll have to share the entire screen.
Are you getting now?
Yeah, we can see now. No, just go to the search engine first, front end part. Okay, just show me the result, Dribble, GitHub, LinkedIn. No, just click on that and scroll down. You need to see if you're getting a result from those sites. Okay, go for Dribble. You go for GitHub. Go for SlideShare. Go for other one, Behance. So you're getting a results, but all from all over. Behance. Okay, now we are on Behance, but you're getting a results from GitHub. Scroll down. You're on a Behance, but you're getting a results from GitHub because in a backend, go to the backend now. Click on Behance.
Hello.
Yeah, click on Behance now. Okay, here you have done it, but still you're getting from GitHub. So what you need to do, advance. Now here, site colon behance.net. / asterisk. Site. Yeah. Now refresh. Now go to Behance. Now you started getting everything from the Behance. Scroll down.
Right.
Okay. Like that, you need to add more refinements. This is just the normal high level refinements. But apart from this high level refinement, like Srikant did it, he added various skills, all those things. So just try to come up with those kind of a search engines where you're adding multiple skills and multiple refinements. It's just the very high level where you're trying to get the profiles from Behance or SlideShare or LinkedIn or GitHub. Go to LinkedIn. No, in backend.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now here, just write some backend engineering keywords or anything. You can give site and then additional keywords. And then additional keywords. No. Star is not in the continuation of single keyword. Star is not the continuation of single keyword. Even if you're using an in URL or with the site, no, again, site linkedin.com / in for the individual profiles.
I'm sorry, Shiva, I'm not getting you.
Okay, how can we use star while we're using in the URL or in the site?
We have to, start with star as it is written on the upside. Start.linkedin.com /in then
Star is used while using in the URL or in the site, while using star, while using in URL or a site. We have to use it on or before dot, before or after dot, or before or after /.
Right.
Right? Okay, so that's where the mistake was. Huh.
Right. Now it is
So
correct.
those are the minor things. Those are the things which are covered in the test. And that is really important. Until unless we don't really have that hold of understanding on these minor things, we might not be able to come up with some of the exhaustive searches or some of the excellent CSEs. Now,
Correct.
after this, add whatever the backend skills or whatever the skills you want, any kind of a skills. Spelling is just correct that spelling. HRD, manager HRD.
Right, thank you.
Now go to front end. Okay, now you're getting all that. You just search for location also. Just search for location. Don't search for anything. For which location you need. Okay, now this is all result. Go to LinkedIn filter. You applied refinement in the LinkedIn over there.
Right.
So it will be applicable only in the LinkedIn filter.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Similarly, for GitHub also, you might have to give some of the refinements so that it will start giving the list of, go to GitHub.
Okay.
Advanced. Go to any one GitHub profile, go to the new tab and go to any one GitHub profile. First try to see how I can get GitHub profile, individual profiles. Just go to GitHub. Not here, go to GitHub website only I'm saying.
Okay. 1 second.
So getting all topics. We wanted a profiles of individual. Go to GitHub. Not here. Go to
New window.
new tab and go to GitHub. Not IO, GitHub. If you have an account, sign in.
No, I do not have.
Okay, let me share you my
1 second.
GitHub profile link.
So what's the difference between GitHub IO and com?
That's the hosting platform for GitHub. Okay, let me take over and you try to understand what's the individual profile looks like. Okay, so this is my GitHub. So let's say if I just go to my profile. This is how my profile is looking like. So how is the URL structured? github.com and then the username. Then what are that other things which are that constant pattern on the page, which are basically standard on every GitHub profile and can be used in our X-ray searches to get the individual profiles. View my profile correctly and see which are that constant terms or constant patterns, which could be constant on every individual page. So this is clickable, this is clickable, this is clickable, this is clickable. So there's one question uh, in the test also. There are few things while doing the X-ray searches. There are few options which we are not which we are not able to X-ray. Basically, these are the features or these are the options which are clickable. Like here, clickable, clickable. So these are something not able to X-ray. Okay, customize your pins. Again, clickable. But if I see popular repositories is not clickable, then if a company is not clickable, location is not clickable, title is not clickable, contributions in last year is not clickable. Okay, contribution activity is not clickable. So you can take a combination of github.com or anything which is not clickable, but a standard constant is basically a standard pattern on each and every GitHub profile. So here what I'm saying, contributions in the last year, but I have 269. There must be a people who have a zero contribution. There must be a people who have a 5,000 contribution. There can be a people who has a 10,000 contributions. So how are you going to make this in your search? Let me pause this and let me send you this part here in the text. So how are you going to utilize? You can share your screen, Mukesh. There is chat here, yeah. Okay, I sent it here in the chat. So this is the part which is constant, but the number is not constant. So how exactly you're going to utilize this whole part in your search? Go to the message, take that and copy paste it here once or anywhere in the doc. No, not this. Just check in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, now for this part, how are you going to use various operator and trying to see uh, basically uh, to get individual profiles only from a GitHub.
If I talk about only contributions, I need to, give a search like this.
Yes. Okay, anything else? Any other thought process? Anyone else? Raghu has given one option. Anyone else wanted to try? Just ping in the group, ping in the chat here. Any other way? Okay, try that, Mukesh. Just take that and put it in your CSE. Refresh. Now you started getting slightly an individual profile, but still there's a mix. So that means there's still a room for improvement. Scroll down. Now you started getting individual profiles. Go to some next pages. Okay, then you get blog, master, Google Android. So again, the mix of false positive results, individual profiles and some blogs or something like that. So again, come back to Notepad and try to think something differently. Where to get the individual profiles? What could be the another best way? मैं दुनिया में अकेला हूँ. Why did I give that example? Think logical behind it. मैं दुनिया में अकेला हूँ. मैं दुनिया में अकेला हूँ. My name. So when I gave the example of my name is Mr. Anthony, मैं दुनिया में अकेला हूँ. Think what I mean to say.
We have given them in box, right?
Why don't you use the complete host of contributions in the last year? What is stopping you? 100,000 contributions in the last year. That's it. Now copy this. That 100 you can make 0 also if you need to see more profiles. Because there can be a people who has only 0. Now you see, now you have all individual profiles. Go to next pages also. You'll see all individual profiles only. We are already on a 5th page. Cool. Any doubt, any confusion?
No, not right.
Okay.
You need to practice
That's
only.
how. So that's how you can add more refinements in the backend, more searches in the backend, and you can come up with some of the beautiful searches. Anyone else? Any other doubts, confusion? Are we good? How to create
Sure.
on custom CSEs?
Sure, one question, not about how to create. Like, suppose I am looking for USA candidates through, this happens through Google, right? Actually. So if I'm looking for USA candidates and my IP is India, will this stop me something like that, or it's still show?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where we created a CSE over here. And then we went to look and feel, not really required. XML and all, not really required. Sites to exclude. If I want to exclude some of the sites, then I can add the way here. This is sites to include, this is sites to exclude. If I want to exclude something, then I can exclude. But otherwise, all search features. So refinements, are we good? How to add the refinements? Anyone, any questions on refinements part? or the query enhancement. What are the queries, additional keywords I need? I can also add in a query enhancement, like we seen in a Shrikant's example. All these things, we can also use it for the query enhancement. Add extra query terms like web search, extra query terms like software engineer or software developer. So this is for a single keyword, add a keyword, but this is basically for a terms, but not really required. I would say terms you add it in the individual refinements, that would work better. Image search, not really required. Just go for the query enhancement. That would help you. And then additionally, you come up with, let's say, diversity.
Shiv, you covered only keyword part, right? That's enough.
That's enough. That's it. You don't have to go so technical. Understand the operators correctly, 13, 14 operators, what we have covered in depth, the use cases of it, and with the combination of all this. And then stitch the strings together and mention it here in the queries. And that's where you'll be able to come up with some of the beautiful, uh, uh, basically custom CSS, which you can build it for each one of your requirement as per your requirement, as per your skills that you're searching for. And that's it. That's pretty much. I think you have done good, Shrikant. Little bit of practice, little bit of thought process for various skills, how I'm creating a one CSE for backend, one CSE for front end, one CSE for full stack, one CSE for DevOps, one CSE for SDET. So that in one skill, when I'm creating more focused CSE for only a backend, then what happens? I can give more filters. Like I just said, let's say if I just go here, okay, let's say SD2. Or for one particular site and one particular stuff. I just search for. You can also search for skills here. So now if you say here you have a multiple searches. Okay, all result, premium institutes, then looking for new opportunities, then premium institute plus looking for new opportunities, and again all backend. What are the backend keywords I gave here? Okay, all those things. Here again, all this synonyms for diversity. What are the synonyms? All that stuff. Then premium institutes. Then again, keywords I gave here, all the additional keywords. This was for the backend, in fact.
Shiv, I did not get the synonyms. When you add advanced, it will come like synonyms.
Nothing, that's simple one. Okay, let's say I want to add some of the synonyms. I can also add, let's say for diversity, my synonyms are girl or girls or women or women's. For premium institute, my synonyms, here I added premium institutes. So for premium institute, my synonyms are all this stuff. So whatever I added, it's not editable once I add it. But all these are synonyms for my premium institute. So similarly, what are the synonyms I need to add in under the query enhancement? I can say just add, and let's say let me just cancel it. Let me just take this part, copy, cancel, and add. And then here I'll add all this. So next and search synonyms for search syntax. But let's see if I can add. So that got added. I'll just save. Encountered error because those many synonyms are not accepted. So here it's only 10 synonyms, and that's the reason I did not go ahead and add much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So up to 10 got accepted. And then again, I'll just go and have one refresh. So all those things I just really don't have to, but those are just the additional synonyms in a backend which we have given. It will give some additional push, additional filters to it. It means it will work much better way. Targeted companies. Some people will come non-diversity because they would have taken some initiatives in those Women's Institute of Technologies or something like that. Uber, Uber related companies, anything into the supply chain or anything like that. Their current or previous company must be. Or medtech, Optum, Optum, travel tax, Uber, Oyo, Make My Trip, Ola, e-commerce, Agio, Agio, all those things. So cool. So what I would suggest is like create one custom CSC for one particular skill and add as many filters as possible. And again, in the backend, additional keywords in the query enhancement in keywords or anywhere, add those additional query enhancement keyword. So by default in a backend, also it is searching for that. And again, when in the front end, I just come, I search for okay, and again additionally, it gives an additional power to the search engine. Like that. So cool. Any doubts, any confusion? So better, it's always better to create for a one specific skill and add as many as filters possible so that tomorrow you have a custom CSC build for each and every skill that you're looking out for. And all those refinements you can give with the phone number, with the email IDs, with the location, with the titles or anything like that. All right. Decent.
Shiva, quick question. So I could see in one of your search you just showed in the back end, you used OR, R and pipe also.
That was a mistake actually. I copy pasted it, but otherwise it's supposed to be pipe.
Okay, got it. Especially in the diversity, you use
Yeah,
girls,
it's
OR,
supposed to
and
be pipe.
yeah, okay.
All right. So cool team. So I wanted everyone now from the weekend batch, what are the 15, 20 people we have? I wanted everyone. This is again a level 3 certification, which is basically on a in-depth uh, creating a custom CSCs. So what you need to do is like I'll roll out the form sometime tomorrow or on a Tuesday. I'll roll out a form where you need to submit your custom CSC and where you need to share a screenshots, or I'll just create a mechanism around it, but you need to definitely submit a CSE, which I'm going to review one by one. And if those CSEs are great, okay. Rather, what you do while creating a CSE, let's say if you're creating this one, while creating a CSE, any CSE that you wanted to share, add me as a member so that I can just go to that particular CSE as an administrator or as a owner, whatever, add me as a member. Later on, you can feel free to remove me. But for me to verify if you have created the right CSE or not. Okay. So as soon as you come here to the basic, and here in all source feature below, if you scroll, what are the sites you're adding? Okay, in a members, add me as a member so that I'll just go to your CSE. Share me the CSE link and add me as a member so that I can go to your CSE, review the CSE if everything is given correctly or not. And then based on that, the third level of certification will come. And when I say third level of certification, I'm again gonna review whether you have given each and every single operator in a backend in the refinements correctly or not. And is it giving a desired result? Like if I'm going to GitHub, I shouldn't be seeing a LinkedIn profile. I should be seeing a GitHub profile. I should be seeing individual profiles of the GitHub. I shouldn't be seeing any mess over there, like blogs or posts or any false positive result, which are not actually a profiles or resumes. So try to create with at least 4 to 5 CSEs, but every CSE should have at least 10 to 15 filters. And once you create at least 3 to 4, and diversity is must in each and every CSE. So I'm going to create an exam paper around that, a form around that, that how exactly this is gonna be. And then based on that, you'll get the questions. And then based on that, you'll be able to clear the level 3 assessment. So this is a part of a level 3. And from next week, we are going to start nested searches for weekend batch. For weekday batches, we'll start within next 2 days. We'll complete the Google CSE, and from Wednesday, we'll start on nested searches. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So next week you'll have a level 3 certification and level 4 certification also. That level 3 would be on pure play on a Google CSEs. Level 4 would be pure play on a nested searches, where we're going to learn how do we come up with a Boolean in Boolean. So that's a level 4 certification. Once we're done that, then I think we would be done with the complete Google, become a certified Google recruiter, become a certified Google sourcer. Basically, you would know right from the basics of Boolean to the extensive level of a various operator, and you would be using all the various operator in a various combinations and come up with the various custom search engines, and also know how exactly the nested searches are working. And then you are putting them to the practice in your own requirements. Meanwhile, whatever the roles you're searching, tech, non-tech, what are the roles, try to put all those into the practice. And if you're not getting the result, please try to seek a help. I'm here to help. But until and unless you're not going to put into the practice and sticking only to the theory, this will not help you. Maybe sticking to the theory, you might clear the certification level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. But after the course is completed, after 1 month, 2 months, everything will be washed out. Everything will be wiped out. So start putting into the practice, even if it is a non-tech also, I would say start putting into the practice and you will get the results for sure. It's just that you need to understand which are the various sites that I can come up with, which are giving me the non-tech profile. So LinkedIn is one of the best among them, but otherwise SlideShare or Dribble or not Dribble, SlideShare or you can see this script, or there are multiple sites also. And once you Google it up, you'll get to know. So that's where it is. And then maybe next week we can target to complete the level 3 and level 4 certification. And from the next to next week, we'll go on a GitHub Stack Overflow All Stack Exchange, basically all tech sourcing for the next another 2 weeks. And the final week will end up with what we say, all the AI tools and all everything. All right, again, LinkedIn is one which in depth we need to cover, for which also we need at least 2 or 3 days. Once we're done with the nested searches, once we're done with the Google CSE and all everything within the next week, maybe next to next week, LinkedIn 2 days and the other tools 2 days. So maybe another 3 weeks, we have to be super focused, 3 to 4 weeks. So let's say we started on 24th of July. We thought, sorry, 24th of, well, yeah, July only. So we thought we would be able to complete in 6 weeks, but looking at the speed that we went, we couldn't complete. So we already completed 4 weeks for now, which is also kind of a late already. But yes, another 4 weeks. Instead of 6 weeks, we have to go for 8 weeks. But yeah, that's how it is. But until unless we are not completely focusing, practicing, and consistently attending the session, we would not know. Last week, it was purposeful to go slow because I all wanted you to understand the core concept behind it. All right, team?
Yes, Shiv.
We're good? So don't miss the classes and keep the practice on top of it. So in next week, we can do a level 3 and level 4 certification completion. Then after that, we'll be left with around 2 more certifications, 2 or 3 more certifications, rather, I would say, that I'll design it accordingly. All right. So maybe we'll end up with doing at least, I mentioned 6, but what I'm saying is we can end up in doing at least 7 to 8 certifications. And there are a few things I'll not announce now, but I'll keep you posted. All right, team.
Yeah, Shiv.
Yes, Shiv. Yes.
Sure, Shiv.
Okay,
All
then.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Bye.
Let
Bye.
me share
Good
the
night.
recordings. By
Good
tonight,
night.
I'll share it.
Thank you, Shiv.
Sure. Bye.
Thank you, Shiv.